Yo, welcome to the Man-Cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Ed, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Whoa. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the Man-Cave where the legends collide. Leaf Dickey and Coach Ed got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Hey. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. Whoa. In the Man-Cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah, WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WNBA She Got Game. This is episode number 34, and we appreciate you all for always rocking with us as we tune in and talk about the W and everything that's going on with women's athletics as a whole. So I'm Coach Ed. This is my brother, the Man-Cave. Leaf is supposed to be tapping in a little bit later, so the dynamic group is going to be together, ready to rock and roll. But before we do, Cave, how you doing, brother? How's everything with you?
And everything is cool. You know, it's a little bit chilly down here in the A, but I know it's even more chillier up there and stuff like that. So, hey, but it warmed up a little bit, so it's good, man. But like I said, ain't nothing better than talking about the WNBA and stuff like that, man, with some news and stuff like that, and keep you guys abreast of what's going on and stuff like that, man. Tap into the ladies, man. You know, but it's all good.
I feel you, man. So appreciate everyone, like I said earlier, for tuning in. Make sure you guys tap into the Man-Cave on Twitter, on all social media platforms. Coach Ed, also on all social media platforms. The description and the information is in the description. Also, sub up. You got the Hardcore Sports Network. You have the Aboriginal Sports Network. And little surprise for you guys. I threw in the new channel for you. I'm gonna be trying to get this out there. So where is it? It's what is it? New York Liberty sideline talk with Coach Ed. So that's where I'm gonna be putting a lot of my WNBA stuff now. So it's gonna be streamlined directly to that. Let me make sure I got the right page. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about tonight, you know, in reference to what's going on in the W. I mean, you got it's New York Liberty courtside with Coach Ed. Sorry, that's what it is. So make sure you guys sub up there too. But let's get into it. You know, we're at that time right now in the W, and, you know, because there are labor negotiations as part of the business. But, you know, what are some of the issues holding up the CBA talks, and will they be able to get it off on time? So, I mean, there've been so many self-imposed deadlines that seems to be changing, but we're going to start with, Kay, what do you think are some of the things that are holding up the talks?
Well, you know, off the bat, you know that revenue sharing, that's the number one thing. You know, the ladies want the gross, you know what I'm saying, off the top before, you know, so that's where the main money's at the top. So they want a lot of that on the front end, you know. So hey, I can't blame the ladies for that, man. You know, and like I said, I know some other thing is like probably some housing, things like that. I know they were supposed to get that straightened out too, but you know, that's part of it too, you know. So but like I said, the main thing is that revenue sharing and stuff like that, not so much the games and stuff like that, because that part that's the easy part. You know, the whole thing about it is like how much money they going to get up front, especially with this new TV deal and all that stuff. Because guess what? You got to get yours on the front end before things belly up sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be left with just holding the bag, you know. So that's one of the main things that's holding it up and stuff like that. I thought they were going to come to an agreement because they had a March 10th deadline, but they didn't get that deadline through, so they had to work through the night, you know. So they said they've been working through the night, so don't know what's been going on and stuff like that. But Yeah, that's a couple of the main things, saying that's the number one thing is that revenue share, how much money they're going to get from it and stuff like that for the players. Also, the salary for like the minimum and stuff like that. And also like top players and stuff like that. So, those are the key points.
Well, I mean, I tapped into an article on ESPN. Um, the commissioner says the deal will get done. It's going to be historic. So I was just taking a look at it, and this was written
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah. So, it's fresh. And as she says here, we're working as hard as we can to get it done as quickly as possible. It's complex. There's a lot. There's a lot of system elements. There's a lot of structure elements. This is a big, big league, and we want to do everything we can for the players. So we're going to keep making progress. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that right there? Her statement right there. Um, as far as there's a lot of system elements, it's a lot of structure elements. Do you think that's really something that's holding us back?
I don't think so. I think that's just their way of like, installing and stuff like that. Cause this could have been done like probably a couple of weeks ago or something like that,
That's what I was
when
thinking.
when the players was coming up and they was talking about what needs to be done, what they wanted and stuff like that, this all should have been up there and done and stuff like that. So I think this is just a league, doing their stall tactics or something like that, because the players are really trying to get this deal done, and the league is going to have to cave into some things that they didn't want to cave into, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to just have to cave in because, like I said, they waited too long at the end of the game to do something instead of doing it at the beginning of the game when they should have had this thing set and ready for the players to sign and stuff like that. So I don't think it's nothing
Hmm.
with the structure thing. I think it's just like, the players want more of that revenue share, and that's what it's all about and stuff like that.
Just want to make sure you guys can see this. You
Oh
can
yeah,
see.
you can see it. I can see it good.
Okay, okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. Now here, it says when the negotiations first started more than a year ago, the union asked for 40% of gross revenue, and it has come down to 26%. The league had an offering more than 70% of net revenues for the players. So,
Hmm.
that's the big issue. And like you said before, the housing, there's the player housing that they paid the league paid for in the old CBA, which they want to
Hmm.
change. That's why I don't understand. I mean, I get it that look, you're giving them more money, but how much more? I mean, is housing, if I guess what I'm trying to figure out is if the players are getting more money, should they get the housing along with that? Because there's a
Hmm.
lot of things we will agree with the players on. But then on the
Hmm.
other side, if you're getting more money, for example, if you were making $40,000, $50,000, and now you're making 200 and whatever it is, 225 is a minimum,
All
should you
right, you
be
should
able to
be able
get
to.
your own housing after that?
You should be like that. Yeah, Bobby, they bend on that part for the players' part. They bend on that and cave. Then then the league will probably go with the gross thing and stuff like that. That's what
Hmm.
they got to do. Because I would do it. Because if I want more about the gross, like you said, if I'm making 50K and then they come like now you're gonna make it 280K, I'm like, whoa, yeah, I can pay for
Exactly.
my own. I can pay for my own, and let's get this deal done before y'all change your mind.
Exactly, exactly. What's up, AK? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Appreciate you as
Salute.
always, man. Um, good brother over there. A lot of good content that he brings about. Whether it's the Eagles or anything else. Good
Hmm.
brother. So check him out. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, and that's something that That's why when I keep hearing that, I'm like, well, if you're getting more money, and look, I'm trying to be fair. I'm not trying
Right.
to say I'm all in for the players. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm in for this league continuing to grow and for everyone to benefit because the league has grown. And I get the owners, they want to make their money, and that's right. It's a business, but
Hmm.
the same with the players. They want to get their fair share, and I don't have an issue with that. But negotiations, there's always that give and take. And I'm saying to myself, to the players, I keep hearing about housing and revenue sharing. The revenue sharing, I get. The housing, it's like, look, I, you know, I'm concerned. Let me say this because I kept hearing they had to have something done by yesterday. So are we going to now have issues with the season starting? But it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, me, I'm concerned with the league starting on time. I can't lie to you, Kate. And to the ladies
Hmm.
and gentlemen out there, I mean, we're now at past the as the time that they set,
We're at
which
the
was
finish line.
yesterday. Yes, I mean, unless you're telling me right now you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's and you're going to make an announcement today or maybe tomorrow, and there's no change with the start of the season, because, ladies and gentlemen, we got a month, and you got to see. Here's the other thing: once the CBA is announced, then you have to take it to all the players and get it
Ratif-
ratified. So that's going to take time. Then after that, you have two teams. No, you have to go through players signing their contracts, and then you have to go through an expansion draft. So, and then April, what is it, April
Yeah.
16th, 13th, you have the WNBA draft.
Hmm.
So that's what's concerning me, because this is where my next question, what impact to the expansion and regular draft if they don't start on time? I mean, what do you think will happen in terms of the expansion and the regular season draft and free agency? What do you think is going to happen to those? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. On that, I mean, as far as the expansion draft, I think that's the one that's going to be the more focal key point, because the regular draft for the players, they could hold off after the NCAA tournament. That'll be great for them to spend more time with their team and be able to play in the tournament. Because there's some females that's not, they don't finish playing with the team. They leave the tournament because they go to the draft. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
they like, say, or they wrap up depending on how far they get, how far their team get, to if they playing for the championship, So yeah, I mean, for the NCAA players, I don't think it's much of a thing, but it's for the expansion draft. That's the one, the players who's on the already in the WNBA and they got to move to a new team. That's the one that's going to be in there for the new team to get themselves together and situated and stuff like that. That'll throw a lot of things off, and it becomes costly money wise and stuff like that. You don't know who's coming or who you're going to get in the draft, things like that. Then you got to get the players. Once you get them, you got to get them. You got to move them. You got to move them to your city. You know what I'm saying? So like the relocation thing and all that type of stuff that adds to it and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll. I mean, even NCAA, even for the women, that'll throw them off too. I mean, even though I said it probably won't affect them too much, but it will, because, like I said, then that throws the season into a quick. How can you say, right after drafting? It's like almost like you guys got to like practice and then be ready to play within like a couple of weeks if you want to, you know what I'm saying? So that they don't get enough time to train and stuff like that. And you know, with the new team and stuff, get acclimated to the city and things like that. So that's what's going to be the holdup and stuff like that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very imperative that they get this deal done so they can start the season on time. Because, like I said, for a league that's been around for like 30 years, this is their first real, obstacle that they have to face. You know what I'm saying? And anybody knows about a late season or a strike, it's not good for the league. So like I said, the last stream, you got to strike while the iron is hot. Everybody got that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You got that momentum going. Keep the momentum. Got to keep that train rolling. Keep the train rolling. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be something, man. But I think they're gonna probably try to get it done within the next couple of days. But if they don't, and the season is, you know, WNBA could be the fans. They'll start losing some of the fans early on in the season until they get their stuff together, and that's the part. Is just the fans, because that's the most important. Then the fans are the most important, because that's what's the ratings and all that stuff and the money and stuff like that coming to these games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's I'm with you there. That's the biggest thing, man. You got to get this all set. What's up, E? How you doing, man?
Salute,
Appreciate you,
bro.
brother. Thanks for tapping in, man. As always, good dude there. Knowledgeable in
Hmm.
all sports there. So,
Hmm.
you know, you know what I say? I'm the sexiest fat man in the world y'all will ever know. That is true. That's really what I believe. So, but that's me. But hey, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you as always. But yeah, you know what? The expansion draft is the biggest thing to me. It's free agency first, because remember,
Hmm.
80% of the league is not under contract. So Once the CBA is done, now you got to go through the contract, and players can
Mm-hmm.
choose wherever they want to go. Now, look, if you don't think that behind the scenes agents are kind of talking to the teams and they kind of know where they're going, yeah,
Right.
I really believe that. Are there going to be some who are trying to figure out where they're going? And that's the thing. It's your superstars, your main players are known, but you're talking about, let's say once you get past player 3, and now you got to go from player 4 to player 12. And
Role
those are the
players, right?
ones that, yeah, that may take a little bit longer. And that's where your more contract negotiations come into play, because we don't know officially what the money is. We've talked about it, we've speculated on it, but free agency, that's going to take some time. And then you got to go into the
Mm-hmm.
expansion draft. And that's where a team is probably going to lose a player or two, especially like you were just saying with the move going to a new team and everything. So it's a lot. The regular draft, yeah, that's at the end. And usually that's right after the final season, the final NCAA tournament game comes into play. What's up, brother? How are you doing? Leave. Welcome back,
What's
brother.
what's
Welcome
what's
back. Go ahead.
what's going on, man? Hey, I had some future husband man to attend to or whatever, but I was checking out on my phone of some of these everything because we you stuff you were sending me and everything.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I just want to say Isabel Harrison, man, like she need to calm down. I ain't gonna lie, she need to calm down like immediately, man. Like she needs to calm down. Like that was a bit much. But
That's how.
appreciate being here with y'all. Definitely, I know y'all got a great show ahead. Um, this CBA, let's coach. You told us. You told us about what the year that we won it all. You
Yeah.
told us that this was gonna get real.
Mm-hmm.
This was gonna get real serious, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm in the ignorant and negative shit, man. So I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Let's. I want to see how serious this is gonna get because somebody is not gonna budge based off of what happened um with last season, the end of last season with the Nafisa Collier comments
Mm-hmm.
and everything going forward with the other league that they got over there on the other side of the
The
3v3 league and
unrivaled.
everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of craziness. Yeah, man. The NBA itself got a lot of craziness. So I know the WNBA got a lot of craziness, man. So I'm gonna just lock in, man. Let me lock in. Caveman, it's been a minute.
Yes,
Um,
sir, bro.
yeah, but I'm locked in right now, man. I just want to hit all the cookies in the dough for this one, because this gonna be
Well,
real serious.
like we were just saying, one of the things we're that concerned. Like I told Cave, I said I am concerned that we're either first of all that we're going to get a lockout or a strike, and then it's going to affect the season, and that goes into so much more. But right now, because think about it, um, you got to get the CBA done, like Cave and I were just talking about. It then you have to go to the players to get ratified. That'll probably get done in a day or two, but still, you got to reach out to all the players, and don't forget, some players are playing internationally. So there's so much. That's why I'm like, this is not like a regular um, labor dispute between a league and players, because you have players who are spread out so far across the world. Think about it. You even have players who are in China. So it's like, okay, if they are in China, if they're not here in the States, there's so much more that goes into the ratification. Then don't forget the expansion draft. There's 2 teams. So now you got to get your players. You're going to lose a player or two. Those players then, like Cave was saying, with the move and all of that, that aspect, that then now they have to get acclimated. Then after that, we have the regular season draft, and then training camp starts April 19th, or it's supposed to start by April
It's gonna
19th.
it's gonna be a shortened training camp. That's another thing.
But the issue is, will it start on time? That's I mean, not
Hmm.
the issue. Not
The
that it will
season,
start. Yeah, will the
right?
season start time change? That's the biggest thing. Um, I don't know that
So
one.
you so you
If I had to give my guess on it, man, I'm gonna go with no. I think these negotiations probably gonna get out of pocket. I ain't gonna lie to you because I don't think the players association is gonna budge, and then again, I don't think the WNBA is gonna budge, and then you basically, I feel like there's a stalemate coming. I mean, listen, I hope that it's not, but I feel like it's a stalemate coming, Coach. I got a bad feeling about this, man. I told you, I said it long before. I know you don't have conversations about it in the past. I got a bad feeling about this one.
Well, here's another article on ESPN. Let me take this down. And this one this was posted by yesterday too at 3:44 by Alexa. Um, if you don't know, definitely follow Alexa Philo Powell. She's on point when it comes to the W. But she says WNBPA Executive Director Terry Carmichael said progress is being made in a collective bargaining negotiation. She said it could not be delayed, could not be ruled out. So that's something that I know some people are trying to be optimistic, but you set the deadline for yesterday and we still don't have anything done. So, but they're saying there's progress, they're being optimistic. So I don't know. It's concerning. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very concerning, when you see you're saying one thing, but your actions are saying something else. And Leaf, you're right. I mean, this is, and that's the thing that I'm concerned with. That if you lose, if you don't start on time, here's the next thing: how much momentum and fan support will they lose if they don't start on time? That's the biggest thing. Because there's a lot of people that have, tuned in because of Caitlin Clark and, Angel Reese and everyone else, but you're going to lose the casual fan. Go ahead, Leaf. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I was going to piggyback back off that by saying, about Caitlin Clark and about Angel Reese. Notice that when Caitlin Clark was out of the lineup, how the ratings just suddenly just did one of these. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think in terms of the eyes and the visuals that you have on the WNBA now, you had to get most of Middle America, and now Caitlin Clark is kind of leading the pack. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, E. But realistically, bro, it's everything that you were saying, man. But I just don't have a good feeling about this. And I'll be back home soon. Trust me, man. I'm
What's
just
up, bitch? What's up,
I'm doing the monogamous lifestyle, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm doing that. But yeah, I'm so fools. But I think everything that you pointed at in terms of the viewership, I think is going to play to effect if a lot of things is not on schedule.
That's the point. I mean, look, we've known since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came in after what they did in the NCAA. They brought a lot of fans in. They did. And you brought in casual fans. See, that's the thing. You brought in a lot of casual fans, and when leagues go on strike, think about baseball, think about the NBA, think about the NFL. I know the impact after they come back. You lose fans. So go ahead, Cave. What were you saying?
Yeah, what I was gonna say is just like even with this is like you also got to think too. A delay of the season means it's gonna be a shortened season, and when it's a shortened season, that's one of the biggest things is like a shortened season. And it's like, some players and teams won't get into the tournament. I mean, into the playoffs and stuff like that. I could throw a team off. players are playing internationally, so by the time they come back, then it's like they got to get in shape, things like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with their team and get that continuity and stuff like that. And hey man, you can't. This is the front end of that the TV deal. You cannot have a lockout on the front end of that TV deal. Why you got, like I keep saying, you got to strike while the iron is hot. You got the momentum. You got to get this deal done. If this was on the back end or something, it's different. But this is the front end, and if you do it on the front end, it's gonna go belly up, bro. I'm telling you, it's going. It sometimes take a long while for them to recover. And like I said, this league ain't strong as it is like the other leagues, like the MLB and NBA. You saw what happened with those guys. So if this is their first time happening with them and stuff like that, I mean, they already, it was hard to get that audience. And once they got the audience locked in now, and if the audience leave again, they might not come back. They might not want to hear that stuff no more, and they just like, and then the league is like, yeah, even though you're getting the stars, and that's another thing that helping them getting the stars. You got to strike while the iron hot with these stars coming in, man, because there's more and more stars coming in from college basketball. So you got to keep it going. They got to, like we talked about earlier, the housing thing, forget about it. Just get that part up. But the growth thing, keep that one going and stuff like that. You got to compromise. You got to get this deal done. Like I said, it's the front end of this deal because you already got some NBA teams that's not even supporting you. So if this happened, you really ain't going to get no NBA teams to start. They're going to start just, getting rid of you. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be playing in your own arenas and stuff like that. Like how some of them are like, hey, why? Well, right now you're playing in their arena. They supporting you. So they got the league growing. You got the expansion coming up. It's like, that's another thing. You got these expansion teams. You got to keep it going, man, because guess what? Sometimes a lockout might lead to postponing them other expansion teams in the following years. They might be postponed.
No, exactly.
So you don't want to do that.
You have to, like you said, strike while the momentum's hot. Momentum is hot. You also don't want to open the door for, these other leagues that are, coming in to really take advantage of you. I mean, the Unrivaled, even though the Unrivaled, they play ahead of them, but look what they're doing. I know they talked about, decrease in 9% in viewership, but there was that competition. But they were competing, and plus you had the Olympics and everything else. So the biggest factor though is you're opening the door to other teams, other possible leagues capitalizing, and then you're going to lose a lot of these star players because they're going to bounce and take it, because ultimately it's about that paper. It's about that paper. So if they can capitalize elsewhere, even if it's internationally, or if the Unrivaled, continues to grow and they expand and, because, look, they even played in Philly and Brooklyn and they packed those stadiums, 18 and 21,000 fans. Come on now. Come on. That's telling me right there. The money is right there. So that's why this contract is, and what's that other one that they were playing to, the 5-on-5? What is it, the UA or the AU, something like that?
Some of the other league, the women's league.
Yeah, it was playing. It was like a 4-week tournament type of thing. Oh, wait a minute.
That's
the EC. We stuttered, so I'll.
You just always leave.
Get out of here, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to lock in family. Trying to do my thing, man. Trying to lock in.
Bro.
Yeah, but the name of that league that you was talking about, I think it was one of them. It was like
is that the one? That's the one NECA. Was that the one NECA?
No, not the one. This one just played. They were like, oh man, I know they were showing games on. Have a good night. I know they were showing games on the league's website. I saw a couple of them. Hold a minute. Let me pull this up. WNBA.com. And he popped off for a second.
Yeah, I thought it was one with NECA and them. Wasn't they starting another league? I thought it was something like that.
Wait a minute. No, there was. I saw a couple of games on there. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I know. I can remember too because I was like, oh, somebody was like, yeah, they coming too. There's another league.
I forgot the name of it.
I was like, oh, we somebody was like, yeah, they coming too. There's another league. Yeah, I know. I can remember too because I was like, oh, somebody was like, yeah, they coming too. There's another league.
see. Women's Professional Basketball League.
You remember? Wasn't it Project B?
No, it wasn't that. Because they
Yeah.
actually were playing right now. They were just playing, and it was a short
Oh yeah.
season.
But but I know Project B is another one. Oh, that was the
Yeah,
one.
Project B
That's
is
what.
another one that's already. You have the
Mhm.
AU Pro Basketball, Athletes Unlimited.
Oh, the Circuit AU Pro. Okay.
Yes, because I was watching some of the games, and some of them were on the WNBA site. So,
Mm.
and yeah, it was short. I mean, it was a short
Hmm.
week, a short season, like 4 weeks. That's why I was saying that. So, because they were playing in February and the beginning of March.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So, but the point I'm making, there were a lot of teams there. So,
Hmm.
and what I'm saying to that is, you're opening the door,
Mm.
for leagues like that to grow, because in that league you had like
Your
Odysseys.
competitors, right? Competitors.
Yeah, here, let me pull up the league so you can see what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Oops, not
So Athletes Unlimited, huh?
that
Athletes
one.
Unlimited. I think
Yeah,
I've seen some with that, but
yeah. Here, let's share this leaf back. Um, Here we go. This is the league I was talking about. So, and look, you have Odyssey Sims right here. So it's not like it's fly by night. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. Okay, AU Pro
yeah,
Basketball League.
yeah, Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball League. So, and when you look at this schedule, I mean, it's 4 weeks, and it's situations like that, they'll even take it to a further level. But,
Hmm.
you see that there's plenty of quality players that are playing in this league. So to me, it's like, for the for the WNBA, you got to get your stuff together, because leagues like this are going to start popping up, and you're going to lose the meat and
Hmm.
potatoes of what you have. So
Right,
you know,
right. I agree with that. They had another they had another league called the Blue Chip Basketball League, the Women's Blue Chip Basketball League.
hmm,
It's I think it's developmental. It's a developmental league here in America, but it's
okay,
outside of that. But yeah, Athletes Unlimited, Unrivaled, international
hmm,
leagues, obviously Project B, and Blue Chip Basketball League. That's the I guess that's the
hmm,
developmental league. So they got a lot of
Yeah.
pipelines now growing into women's basketball now. So.
and that's my
Wow.
whole point. See, and the WNBA is losing out. It will lose out if you lose time. If there's a lockout, strike, or however you want to
Hmm.
categorize it. We're pulling up leagues right now that are all over the place, even here in the United States. So, the players, they got to get paid. They got to do what they got to do. You got international. That's why, to me, and then the casual fans, it's like, yo, this is serious, man. This is a lot more serious. That's why I have my concerns. Go ahead, Leaf.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely right to have the concerns, man. Unrivaled being the 3v3 16 league.
Mm-hmm.
Um, haven't really Project B is still kind of fresh. Um, Athletes Unlimited, man. I'm just kind of getting in, hearing about it most recently, but
Mm-hmm.
you're 100% correct, man. I think the WNBA, if there's any time for the WNBA to really hit the lotto, like in terms of like, yo, this pot is hot, man, and we got to start getting what we can get
Hmm.
from it right now. I think this is the time. I don't think they can play. Listen, I think the differences aside between the players and association and things like that, I think all parties concerned, they need to be concerned with striking while the iron is hot, and why these new TV deals are starting to come in, because they're going to come and pile in. The NBA is committed to throwing whatever they need to throw into this. The thing is, the
Mm-hmm.
WNBA they just have to prove that they want to do business. You know what I'm saying? And I think the players, they know they have gauged an advantage by these other leagues and these other outlets. they have to the WNBA got to put their feelings aside on how they feel about the Nafisa Collier comments and this, that, and the third. They have to put that aside, because if they don't, they're gonna lose out on big time. They have to, coach. I mean, we could go on for days and days, man, but they gotta do it.
I'm with you. I'm with you both, and that's why, like I said, I've had my concern. You know, I'm hoping. Sometimes one thing I joked about Cave with a couple of times is like, yo, after we finish our show, bam, something comes up, and it's like, oh man, wait a minute.
Right.
You know, either we're the magic
breaking
touch,
news or something.
yeah.
Right.
It's
We'd be
like,
like, yo,
I'm
man,
hoping.
covers, breaking news, man, cover this. Like, oh damn, what the hell just came out? We just had a 2-hour show, and
exactly.
Damn.
I'm like, well, if we can be the lucky charm, I guess, to kickstart, and tonight they get the stuff done, and tomorrow we hear okay, great. Next week, we're gonna be talking and excited and looking at the free agency and the expansion. That's what I want to talk about. Because I want to talk about who the Liberty are going to be getting on their squad.
Right.
Which we kind of already know. But
Yo, could you imagine if they have a lockout though? You know what that would be? That would be so much chaos, because guess what? Now that means, like, with a lockout, that means now you're gonna have 4 expansion teams when they come back, and then the draft again. Then you're gonna have Juju Watkins in the draft now. You know what I'm saying? So now it's gonna be a different draft now. So, and them teams gonna be like, are they gonna keep their same draft pick, or are they gonna have to redo the draft again to see who comes in what? Because people gonna be like, oh nah, they be like, oh hell nah, man. It's like, nah, this team can't have the number 1 pick. Or teams that had them 3 picks in the first round, now they're gonna get even better players if they keep the same draft status.
Jay, right. That you're right. Overall, in the big scope of things, they don't make the money in comparison to the male leagues. We know that, but I will say this: in comparison to what they were making, the growth is there. I mean, because we were just talking about it. In the past, the bottom end player were making like $50,000 per year, $60,000.
Yeah, right. 70, 75, 750. Yeah, something like that, right?
Something like. But now the last reports were that the minimum would be like 225, 250,000. So the average is there. I mean, the growth is there, but they're not making money like $50 million a year to the top players. You're right about that overall, and in terms of what they're going through. But it's still labor negotiations. I don't care if it's the WNBA. It could be a company out, anybody else, police force, fire departments, your telecommunications. We could say it's no money, but you still got to go through the contract negotiations to set everything up. Because otherwise, if you don't have it, I'm telling you right now, companies will be able to just say, I don't like you, you're fired. But if you have a union, the union gives you certain protections, and they go through contract negotiations. Because imagine every player, if you didn't have a union, you're going to go through negotiations. So I say that because I don't think it's BS. As a former union steward, I understand that aspect. That's why negotiations are not BS, because if you don't, I'm telling you, companies will, if they don't have it, they'll kick you out in a minute, because there is no recourse, and they're not worrying about the union getting everybody together and taking the labor force out and going out on strike. What's up, Lou? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for everyone being here. Make sure you guys sub up if you haven't already done so. All the information is in the description. Tap in for my man. Why am I saying E? Tap in for my Leaf. Tap in for
E on his mind.
No, yeah, I was looking at E for a second. So, and then myself. You got the Aboriginal Sports Network as well as the Hardcore Sports Network, in there. And, I got my new channel for the New York Liberty Courtside with Coach Ed. I'm going to be starting to fill up stuff, with the WNBA on there. So I'm streamlining my network. So, there you have it. The WNBA now has the face with the complexion of marketing and inspiration, respectfully. No, that's a great point. It really does. You know, they're in a sense the face of all women's sports. Let's be real, they really are. You know, and you don't want to lose that momentum. I mean, what you got with Caitlin Clark coming into the league shows the growth. And we could say we could love, hate Caitlin, whatever the case may be, but this new age of players is taking the league to another level. That's why this, to me, that's why this contract is so important to get done. You know, I've been rambling
And
enough, man.
plus you got AZ, Paige want AZ to come play with her, so you gotta get it done. You gotta get it done.
Yo, that
You
that
gotta
That's a
get it
fact.
done.
mhm.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Hey,
And look,
Paige.
I forget them. I want Natasha and Harrison back together with the Liberty, man. Come on, man.
Man, coach, listen. Hey, coach, listen. I
Jeez.
had a conversation with somebody about that the other day, and they just said, yo, it's a shame
Exactly.
how that team, just basically was able to break down. It almost looked like a title team from the NBA type of CBA, where, all right, yo, we won this championship, and now it's just time to save dollars and worry about counting dollars and cents to save money
Mm,
on this player, that player. This we paying this one too much. My thing is that I said it after the season, when we lost Lacey, to
Mm-hmm.
injury, and then when we lost my girl to the new expansion team in Golden State. I
mhm,
said it. I was like, this is probably going to be the
Yeah,
beginning of the
important.
end. And I looked at the way that season went, and it sure was. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
just seemed
different.
like it just seemed like all it was falling apart. But hopefully everything get back on track. Not just with us, but
Yeah.
with the league, man. And I'm hoping that the ball gets rolling very, very quickly. I've still got a bad feeling about it because
Yeah.
you know the thing about it, man. Like you can't just do business with women a certain way, man. Like, and I hate to throw that out here on this page. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only guessing on it. I'm gonna say this: you can't do business with women a certain way. As men, we understand. All right, yo, we got something to do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. Like, all right, boom, boom, boom. Like, it's a whole different ball game with women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you can't touch certain toes. You can't do this. You can't, like. So I'm gonna just keep it there, man. Like, like I said, coach. I got a bad feeling about this.
I'm with you,
I
bro.
got a
I'm with you.
bad feeling
I'm with
about
you.
this, man.
And in speaking about that, you know what this contract negotiation also does? Because I was just thinking about it. It takes away from the NCAA, the March Madness for the women too. Because in the back of
Mm,
everyone's mind, you got to sit back and you got to watch. Because no matter what happens, if a contract, if they have to put any type of stoppage, it kind of takes away from that tournament. I don't want to say make it say lackluster, but
mhm.
I mean, like you said, AZ
The
Fudd looking at,
viewership, right?
yeah, because again, if the contract is set, then people are going to be tuned in because you know that who's going from here to the NBA, and that's what you're looking for, the next rising star. AZ Fudd, Bet from UCLA. I mean,
Mhm.
but now it's like, well, if they stop, then it kind of takes away a little bit of the luster from the current March Madness, but we'll see. But one thing I want to talk about, it's a little bit more happy. Cave and I talked about it, and it deals with the United States as a whole and what they're doing in the where did I put it? Hold a minute. The women in the international spectrum. I got so many of these open. Let me do something real quick. I got too
USA
many.
basketball.
Yeah, no, it's just that I got too many Twitter feeds up. So, when I'm going to
Mm,
share, it's like, all right, wait a minute, damn it, which one is it? So, I had to close all the other ones. Here we go. But guess who's doing very well? And this is off of Twitter by a site called Hoops. Caitlin Clark has been running the show for Team USA's women basketball, and the numbers back it up. Where she's first in assists, rebounding. I mean, points, assists, rebounding. I don't wait a minute. What's TS?
Mhm.
True shooting.
Um,
True shooting.
oh, true
True shooting.
shooting percentage. Okay,
True
let's see
shooting
here.
percentage.
Plus
Plus
minus
minus.
and 2-point field goal. So, she leads in points, assists, efficiency, plus minus, and a perfect mark inside the arc. Well, damn, she's perfect from 2 points. Wow.
From
Mm-hmm.
the midi.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
but
she might have got a floater or a midi off or something. Man. That
okay, but I mean, y'all's thoughts on first of all, Team USA, right now playing in what is it, the FIBA Cup, um,
Yep.
and we don't even have our big stars in there. I
Mm-mm.
saw them the other game. What was it? Was it Kenya? And I was just like,
Mm.
they out there toying with those girls, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
Kay, what's your stuff, man?
Yeah, I mean, Angel out there doing her thing, man. Angel out there doing like blocking shots, getting the ball, getting down. She's doing it all from one end to the other. She changing from defense to offense, and Angel's always handling them rebounds. She's still getting them rebounds, man. She out hustling them, man. That's the thing when she's a high energy player. That's a problem. When you're a high energy player, it's going a lot of success, man. Because a lot of players, like I said, some have a low motor and they don't want to just keep doing things, but she gonna keep doing it. She's relentless, so you're gonna have to stay with her. And I know everybody talk about what they talk about her rebound, like she missed on purpose. It's like, hey, somebody got to jump up there and go get them rebounds. If you know she's gonna be missing, you already know her mo. Go ahead and go get it. But obviously they can't, so she gonna keep getting her rebounds and stuff like that, me bounds, whatever they call it. But yeah, and she's improved her game too. Like I said, from she got a little midi game and all that stuff. Because before it was just like rebound, put back in and stuff like that. You see, she be working on 3-point shots. I see her in practice and things like that. So she's working on the game in the all season. She be working out with like NBA, like trainers and things like that. So she be putting in that work, man. She put in that work.
I mean, what about you, Leaf? What has been your thoughts about the FIBA Cup with USA?
Well, the results is not surprising to me. I mean, I think we kind of expected this going in as a unit, but I think we more so focus on the individual play of each of the players and what they're gonna bring when basketball finally gets started in the WNBA again. Obviously Caitlin Clark, her shooting, they getting downhill and they playing in transition, which she likes to play in. Angel Reese also is doing everything, man. She's just all over the place, high motor. Like Kay was saying, rebounding obviously is there. The shot block, her defense got substantially better, man, in terms of blocking shots and defending the basket. Finishing on the other end and in the paint and getting on the offensive glass. We're definitely working on her game. Cable had brought up just away from the basket, just working on other things and being in the flow of the game and the flow of the offense at all times. High motor. A lot of it's. I think the eyes is just definitely on them. I would like to see a lot more from I would like to see a lot more from Paige in this. I haven't really seen too much of Paige, but the highlight in terms of the eyes have mainly been on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese because Team USA is basically gonna be theirs. Obviously Asia Wilson was stuck in Miami, man, watching the Washington Wizards, man, do whatever the hell they call themselves doing.
A man.
That was absolutely
Yeah.
that was absolutely disgusting to me, bro. Like I thought it fell apart, but absolutely disgusting. What the Washington Wizards pulled off. But Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark was obviously all eyes was going to be on them going into this, and that Team USA is going to be theirs for years and years to come. So I mean, this is something that we expected. We just wanted to see how their games is going to evolve.
I'm even just sitting here flipping through, and I did not know the United States in the 3-on-3 ended up with the bronze. I thought they were going to win it all, but I just saw that. Yeah.
Who won it? So somebody won the gold.
Say what? Say what?
Wait a minute. Here, I'm not. Yo, bro. I Here it is. USA 3-on-3. Your USA are your 3-on-3 Champions Cup bronze medalists. I just happened to see that. I was like, huh? And this
What
was
is
2 days
this?
ago.
Who the
Is that
hell?
Canada? Is
Who
that
the hell
Canada?
got gold and silver?
I,
That's Canada.
Canada. Look like Canada.
Here it is. FIBA 3-on-3. And Austin the Burton. Shakira says no. This was a dominant. Oh, that's the men's.
Hmm.
Just trying to scroll through. It's not giving me everything. So, oh, she has no chill and Banger put up a tournament high 59 points.
Is
What?
that the Dutch?
Oh,
15
in the
point.
The
tournament.
Dutch.
Okay, she put up 53 points in the
Yeah.
tournament. I'm trying to see who won. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Here's the work of Azerbaijan as they earned the silver. I have no
Oh,
idea what this country is.
country why? Why?
Um,
Azerbaijan and the silver.
I never even heard of that country before. What the hell going on?
bro, I'm with
You
you.
mean to
So,
tell me we behind a
oh,
country, bro?
and this
That's
was
brand
no. That
damn
means
new, bro. What the hell? What the
you
hell is
said it.
this?
You said it. They played Canada, so that means Canada won the silver.
Yeah, Canada
And
won the gold, huh?
I mean the
Oh no.
gold.
Yeah, yeah.
Canada want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely Canada probably won the gold.
Oh
Who
my
the hell? Who the
gosh.
hell cares about Canada?
In the 3-on-3, let me see. What's up, Reed? Team USA has a lot of open slots. Well, look, right now, yeah, we know the main players are really not there in this FIBA Cup. We know that
Mm-hmm.
this is the qualifying to get them in there. So, there's no denying the United States is going to come out on top. Um, you're about to get a copyright showing all that footage. Nah, bro, it's on Twitter. I can tell you one thing from experience.
They are,
When we go
yeah.
through Twitter and share, nobody that I know has ever gotten a copyright. So, so
Yeah,
that because
YouTube is
anybody
so
knows
fickle,
me,
man.
yeah, anybody knows me. No, I don't play copyright issues. If I get a copyright,
Man,
I'm
YouTube, man,
Yeah,
like
YouTube.
they iffy with it, man. As long as you don't play the sound and play the video
yeah,
super fast, man, you good, man. Like, but
yeah.
YouTube
That's
should be
crazy.
fine with it.
Yeah, that's why I just
Yeah,
scroll through real quick. If you notice, I'm not,
Mm,
I don't play copyright.
yeah.
Cave will tell you, and the other guys in
right.
my networks will tell you, I don't do copyright, man. I want my
Because you will
reputation
get
clean.
something. You will get it from them though.
Yeah,
YouTube will send
you'll
it
get
on
notification.
it.
Definitely. But yo, as far as the FIBA Cup though, I mean we don't have the main players there. We get that. Um, Heck, we don't even have it in the 3-on-3. So, but we are going to be expecting a lot more. I do expect Canada to be one of the top competition. France on that 3-on-3. A lot of those teams had Americans on their roster, not even people from those countries. That's what I was kind of looking at. I was like, but
Hmm.
I really didn't dive into it. But Shakira Austin, come on, man. I mean, they had Boston's Veronica Burton.
Yeah,
The
that
Right.
was
United
that.
States
I
has
mean,
some players. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leaf.
I wasn't expecting Shakira Austin and Burton to be in there. I think they kind of just do. It's like you said, the best of the best
Mm-hmm.
is the top tiers is not here right now,
Yeah.
and I think
Ex-
with these FIBA tournaments, you're seeing the same thing with us that you're seeing from the men's team. We just sending like the C and the B squad, and then telling the A squad, "Yo, save it for the Olympics."
Well, I think
Hmm.
I
a
think
lot
we
of
saw
the
that.
A squad. I think a lot of the A squad those dealing. If you think about it, they're dealing in contract negotiations because you got NECA there, Stewie, Nafisa. You got a
Right.
lot of the on the executive board, and then there's other players. Like you said, the rest of the A and the B, they're chilling. So I mean, but when we get to the real meat and potatoes, whether it's in FIBA and the Olympics, you best believe Aja gonna be there. Stewie gonna be there. I
Hmm.
mean, Nafisa, if she's back, she'll be there. These fake dual citizens are getting out of hand. Just play basketball because they can't, and they're. Mm, mm, I mean, Yeah, there's players who go to Russia and
Right.
and all these other. Well, Russia's not gonna get much anymore. But the point I'm making, yeah, you're right. But if you can't get on the Americans and you can get somewhere else, and they want to play, and the country is allow them in one regard, I get it. I get it. But I'm with you, Reed. In that regard, I have no ties to the country. Reed, they have ties to the country, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real. That's your tie, man. If they come to get that money, that's your tie. Come on, let's be real. If somebody say I'm gonna give you $1 million to play for my country, and you're not on the American squad, how many of us, if
Mhm.
we had that ability and we didn't get on the American squad, but another country says we're gonna pay you whatever amount, all expenses, you're not gonna go out there and play? I mean, hey, if your patriotism is to that level, respect to you. But we are also in a capitalistic environment. So who knows? Hey, we don't never know what's in their family blood. Like, do you know that I have West Indian ties in my family? I think we all do one way along the
Mhm.
line. Maybe it's 100 steps down the road, but let me stop joking about that. Respect on T. That's my mother's homeland, so I gotta show respect. So, but I don't know who no about. I mean, they talking about Brunson. I think Brunson has Jamaican roots in his blood.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna be playing for Jamaica. Some of the
yeah,
stuff
so
on his parents' side, his mom's side, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, so again, we may not like it as Americans, but hey,
It's
you
fun
never know.
competition, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, but hey, that's what it is. But we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. Depending on what happens, with the contract negotiations. We hope to be back next week somehow. Even if it's at 6 o'clock early, depending on other factors. But hopefully we'll be back next week at our normal time, 7 p.m. But again,
Hmm.
appreciate everyone for being here, rocking with us. Great conversations. Dion, Reed, Dion. I mean, appreciate you for tapping in. Of course, my man E, the chosen Lou, Jay, you being here, Mitch, everyone, AK. I mean, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you guys. This is always going to be a new thing. Like I said, make sure you tap in to Leaf. He got his stuff going on with also with the Nets, Cave, got the Knicks
Hmm.
tonight. So,
Hmm.
but Leaf, anything else you got this week coming up?
This week, I'm gonna try to do breakdowns of arguably one of the poorest seasons in team history. Man, this is an absolute shit show. I'm disgusted. It's been a while since I did some play by plays. It's hard to sit in the 2 hour, 2.5 hours of Nets basketball, especially now. Because it's an absolute dog doodle. It's poo, it's cow manure, it's everything under the sun. It's embarrassing. So right now, I may be doing some player rookie breakdowns on some of our rookies this year because I think some of our rookies or what they need to go forward and what they need to work on. So I will look out for that coming up real soon. So that's one of my
Okay.
main things coming up.
Okay. And what about you, Cave?
Yeah, I got the Knicks games this week and stuff like that, man. So you already know how it is, man.
Okay, okay. Tune in with me tomorrow, 9 o'clock, with my brother, Unpopular Opinion Sport, also known as NYG22, Heart of the City. We going around the city, got a lot to talk about. I'm telling you right now, I got a major rant with the NCAA and what you did to St. John. So tune in for that tomorrow. Seriously, man.
Oh,
I know,
Seriously.
man. Yeah,
oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I would like to be here front and center for that, man, because somebody had told me I got a anonymous tip back home that what happened to St. John's was absolutely disgusting.
Yes.
And a lot of people back home was not happy to say the least. So if I know Coach,
It's gonna be some real. It's gonna be some real Ving Rhames / goddamn what's my man that used to play for the Jim Brown type shit going on, and it ain't gonna be pretty.
No.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
It's not.
And I would like to be here front and center for that.
All right, 9:00 tomorrow. Trust me. You know, right here on Coach Ed Sports and on the Aboriginal Sports Network, as well as on Popular Opinion Sports. It's going down tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in. So, but with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here. Make sure y'all tune in to my brother Man-Cave tonight doing the Knicks. So make sure y'all give him some support. You know, I appreciate it. So we're gonna get up out of here. And much love and respect, everybody. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, welcome to the Man-Cave. Drown they legends, WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Ed, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the Man-Cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Ed got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. In the Man-Cave where we elevating the game. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah, WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.